Next up, tying lease sticks together. So you want to have lease sticks that are a little bit wider than your project. If you've got a blanket, for example, that's 45 inches, you want to put in lease sticks that are a little bit wider than that. Blanket on lease sticks like this will not work. So you have your warp with your cross. If you have a measuring string that's on there, you'll want to get that out of the way. Find your cross, and there it is. And I'm going to take one piece of the lease stick and put it through one part of the cross, the other piece of the lease stick and put it through the other part of the cross. I'm going to make sure that my cross is nice and flat. So look what happens if I do this. It's twisted. So there. Now this is on the top and this is on the top. My warp can be flat. And when you're tying lease sticks together, you want to have a fairly sturdy string. So this is some 4/8 cotton, and because if it's too fine and thin, it will break and your lease sticks will fall as you're putting your warp on your loom. You don't want that. So I'm just going to put that through the loop like that, and then I'm just going to tie an overhand knot a little bit away from the edge. And I'm going to do that on the other side as well. Overhand knot, and the purpose of the overhand knot is to keep the lease sticks from being really, really close together, because as you're putting your warp on your loom, you want to be able to move these threads along. And if your lease sticks are jammed right up against each other, that creates a binding, which will not help. And then I'm going to just tie these together. And then do the same on the other side. So sometimes, because I'm not so concerned about these pieces of yarn, I am going to just tie a nice solid knot. So you can tie a bow if you want. You've got a nice piece of yarn that you want to keep using, but don't have to. I'm going to trim the ends so that they're not long and floppy and they don't get tangled up. You can also use these little ring clips after you've tied the string on, and these will help stop your lease sticks from falling like this. So, but don't use these unless you also have the string tied to the lease sticks, because these sometimes come undone and then your lease sticks come apart and your warp falls, and we just don't want to go there. So there, tying lease sticks together.